and we don't second guess. Unapologetic, we're bold and we're loud, shining light on the left shady crowd. Oreo Express, rolling down the track, exposing the lies, ain't no turning back. Conservative fire, we're speaking the truth. At Oreo Express, this one's for you. So grab your boots, let's take a stand for freedom, faith, and the heart of this land. Oreo Express, let's roll, let's go. So grab your boots, let's take a stand for freedom, faith, and the heart of this land. Oreo Express.
Celebrate our newest launch, Rev 7. I'm bringing you an amazing introductory offer, plus an exclusive overstock sale that you're not going to want to miss. Rev 7 is our premium energy drink that tastes great and gives you energy all day with no jitters and no crashes. That's because there's no sugar and no caffeine. I'm so sure you're going to love Rev 7 that for a limited time you can try our 3-pack absolutely free. Or check out our Percale bed sheets. I can't believe I'm even going to say this. Every color, every style, every size, only $29.88. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to save 20% on our Rev 7 12-packs or try our introductory 3-pack absolutely free. And our Percale bed sheets, all sizes, only $29.88, even the queens and kings. Inventory is extremely limited, so order now.
That's right, folks. Order now. Do it now, right now. We'll hold up so you can go to mypillow.com, use promo code Oreo. Christmas is coming. They make perfect Christmas gifts. And you know what? It's always better to get your gifts a little early than do what I do most of the time and wrap them like 15 minutes before we got to do Christmas. Well, welcome back to show number 2 today. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in, hitting that like button, and sharing this out. Boy, do we got a lot to talk about. A lot of things going on with people being indicted. We talked about John Bolton earlier, possibility of him being indicted. He got indicted, and it's much more than we thought, which is just absolutely epic. Hold on one second. And so we got a lot going on with that. We have some terrorism charges against Antifa, the first of its kind. We're going to talk about that as well. We also got just some border stuff. A police officer, an illegal alien police officer for that matter, arrested by federal immigration enforcement in Chicago, and our own Bim Berquam was there, and he got the interview with the guy. So we're going to talk about all that and a lot more. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in once again. We appreciate you. It's going to be an epic showdown. Let me jump into the comments right here. Let me go up. We got Jay-Lynn. We got Hawk1. We got B. Mikey, not feeling well. Prayers would be nice. Prayers for you, Mikey. Let's all give Mikey some prayers that God gives him some healing right now, makes him feel better. Praying for you, brother. If there's anything you need from us, let us know. Kimber is in the house. Micro Taz is in the house. Texas Bigfoot. Julius. Let's see who else. KLM 79. Matt, First Amendment Media. Becky Boo, Newfie Guy. Let's go down a little and see some of the newcomers. We got Trina in the house. B. Norton. Carol Burton. J.H. Candy Bar. You guys are all jumping in. I want to say thank you to all you guys for being in here. Pastor Carl's in the house. What's up, Pastor Carl? Blessings to you. Blessings to you. Thank you for tuning in. Karen's in the house. She just shared the 3 sites. We appreciate you guys sharing this out. And like I said, we got a whole lot of stuff. We had an investigation that we've been covering here. Oh, I want to say about 6 months. Some of us call it the homeless industrial complex, where we spend billions of dollars on homelessness only to increase homelessness and make people rich. Well, U.S. Attorney Bill Asili came out with some information. We're going to show you some of that press conference, exactly what we told you would happen. But first, I'm going to show you, and it's not going to get to the meat and potatoes first. I want you to learn how I learned. So we're going to work up to how big the indictment on John Bolton is. Take a look.
Casey, John Bolton, the former national security to Donald Trump, a longtime federal government official, has been indicted by a grand jury. We are learning that through two different sources from our producer, Hannah Rabinowitz, at the Justice Department. And we have confirmed that the grand jury was in today with the lead prosecutor on that case, the same prosecutor who had been on some of the documents of the search of Bolton's house just 2 months ago, or not even 2 months ago, a prosecutor who also has some experience in investigating these sorts of things. He was a prosecutor that was also working on the Biden classified documents handling investigation that led to no charges. But in this situation, the bulk of this case, it's been going on for several years. And our understanding is that it's about John Bolton's use of an email account with AOL, an email account where he was writing diary-like notes and summaries of his time as national security advisor to himself, at times even sending them to his wife and daughter. And that is the sort of thing that the Justice Department does say frequently, not just in the climate of a Trump administration, that that's something that you should not do. We have seen many charges like this before of other high-ranking officials, and that also with John Bolton in those search warrants, and what we're very likely to see in court going forward is that the Justice Department saying he should have known better.
Oh, that was the beginning. They didn't have all the details yet. But one thing I want to note that was kind of interesting is John Bolton's been CNN and MSNBC's best friend. When Trump was being investigated for classified information, and we're going to show you one or two videos, he says Trump's done. You didn't understand. You can't do this with classified information. So the next story I want to bring you isn't the meat and potatoes yet, but we're getting there. Take a listen to Fox. They don't have all the information. They know that he's been indicted, but at this point, the indictment hasn't been unsealed. Listen.
Fox News alert, President Trump's former national security advisor, John Bolton, has been indicted. He's accused of mishandling classified documents. Let's go right to Fox News correspondent David Spunt with the details. David.
Hi, Will. This is breaking news out of Greenbelt, Maryland, federal court there. A federal grand jury has returned an indictment against former national security advisor John Bolton. But we want to be very careful. This has not been unsealed yet, so we don't know the names of the charges, specifically what charges he's facing, and we don't know how many counts he is facing yet. But we do know that this deals with allegedly mishandling classified documents. His own attorney, Abby Lowell, who famously represented Hunter Biden, Bill Clinton, Jared Kushner in the past, put out a statement a couple of weeks ago when news was swirling that this may be happening, admitting that Bolton did have classified documents in his possession, but said that those were pre-cleared for the publication of his book. So not much information right now other than to tell you that former national security advisor John Bolton has been indicted for allegedly mishandling classified documents. I do want to point out, though, that on August 27th, we were there there as FBI agents raided his Maryland home and Washington, D.C. office. Agents were looking for these classified documents. And again, Abby Lowell said many of these documents would be, and I want to read a statement here. You don't have it, but I'm just going to paraphrase it here. I'm going to actually read the quote. We're just not going to put up the quote. He said, quote, "These are the kinds of ordinary records, many of which are 20 years old or more, that would be kept by a 40-year-old career official who served at the State Department, an assistant attorney general, the U.S. ambassador to the United Nations, and the national security advisor." He said that these are dated with classification markings from 1998 to 2006. He says an objective and thorough review will show nothing inappropriate was stored or kept by Ambassador Bolton. So John Bolton indicted for allegedly mishandling classified documents. And he had said many times in the past during the raid on Mar-a-Lago, or when classified documents were found at President Biden's home in Wilmington, Delaware. Remember, he had an investigation, too, for classified documents. Bolton criticized both those men, and he said, quote, "Because if the people at the top can be casual about it when they get away with it, that is not a good lesson to teach," end quote. That was John Bolton in 2023. So,
yeah, man, that old saying we used to say, and B. Mikey, big shout out to B. Mikey for gifting 5 subscriptions over there on Rumble. If you're in Rumble and you haven't chatted yet and you're not, you don't have the membership, just make a comment. You will be gifted a membership. Thank you, B. Mikey, for your support. We used to have a little saying, pot, meat, kettle. You know, the pot calling the kettle black. Pot, meat, kettle. Now, I was a little shocked at the charges. A lot of them, a lot of felonies, and we have the Espionage Act. John Bolton was an arrogant piece of trash. He was one of those traitors from Trump's first administration. He was probably one of the biggest anti-Trump cheerleaders, coming out and saying, "Oh, if we elect Trump again, this is going to," all the things that didn't happen. The exact same thing you heard in 2016 and 2020. Remember, we're going to get a nuclear war. This guy's crazy. He should never have the nuclear codes. And all of a sudden, he's like the president of peace. The president of peace. God bless all those hostages that were released thanks to President Trump and his amazing team. His team deserves credit. And then, so we're working up here. I want to show you this one here.
Of asking to retain.
Take a listen when he's talking about Trump here. And there's a lot of these.
Of asking to retain sensitive documents. And from time to time, he did that, and we didn't know what happened to them. And it was always a concern that because he didn't really fully understand the risks to sources and methods and other dangers of revealing classified information, that it might get out to the wrong people. Donald, of asking to retain.
That's what he's talking about, Donald Trump. Man, talk about retaining classified information, huh? Here we go. This is just good. This is just good. John Bolton, he's been indicted under the Espionage Act, and the 26-page indictment includes 18 federal charges. Now, we learned through federal prosecutors that when you're going up against the federal government, I wish I had that. I'm just going to say, but they have like a 90-something% prosecution rate. The Espionage Act, folks. Listen to this. Listen to MSNBC talk about this. This is epic.
Yeah, so John Bolton was charged with 18 federal counts, and I apologize, I'm going to look down. I'm reading this. We're still just getting this. We have the first 8 transmission of national defense information. The second set of 9 counts, that's counts 9 through 18, is retention of national defense information. And that looks like it's U.S. Code Title 19, Section 793D and E, which is part of the Espionage Act. Now, there was another statute that they were considering, and it looks like they've only charged him with those Espionage Act statutes, but we're still reading through this indictment. It's 26 pages long. There's a lot of background information here, and I apologize, but we're literally just getting this in right now.
So, man, he was very arrogant. Almost a little bit taunting, if you would, from what I gathered from him. You guys know I watch all these videos. I check out what's going on. This was a pretty big one. We covered the day they raided his home.
To prove it.
And this guy, you know, for a long time.
Then he has committed. Have to prove it.
For a long time. None of these traitors, none of these Democrats, none of these rhinos would be held accountable. They were screaming, nobody's above the law, for at least the last 4 years when they were trying to get Trump. And now the tables are turning a little bit. We got a video in a little while. We're going to talk about Letitia James. There's those people that campaigned on getting Trump. This guy was just a talking mouthpiece. Let's listen to this. Let's listen to this. You know, just take your own advice.
Will have to prove it. Then he has committed his crimes. This is a devastating indictment. I speak here as an alumnus of the Justice Department myself, because not only is it powerful, it's very narrowly tailored. They didn't throw everything up against the wall to see what would stick. This really is a rifle shot, and I think it should be the end of Donald Trump's political career.
Oh, I think it should be the ending point of Donald Trump's political career. You do have some of those, obviously, on the left defending John Bolton. This is retribution. This is it. No. What they did to Trump, the weaponization of the DOJ, the FBI, all the things that we continue to learn week in and week out, and nobody's been held accountable. Nobody's behind bars yet. Oh, this is just getting started. And, you know, with this getting started, we've been saying the strong worded letters, we're kind of done with those. We're kind of done with those strong worded letters. We want to see action. We want to see jail time. We want to see trials. And maybe this is a sign we're getting there. There's some, again, we got a whole show almost of some great news, some things we've been waiting for. When it came to Trump, they went after him for everything. They literally went after him for everything, folks. They searched. They went after his kids. He even mentioned that yesterday. They said that Eric Trump would be in prison for the rest of his life. For what? Being a businessman? Supporting his dad? Yeah. How about this? This is President Trump right here when he heard about it.
Have you reviewed the
Take a listen. It's not that loud, so audio might be an issue, but take a listen. I think we're okay.
by a grand jury in Maryland? Do you have a reaction to that?
I didn't know that. You told me for the first time, but I think he's, a bad person. I think he's a bad guy. Yeah, he's a bad guy. It's too bad, but that's the way it goes.
The case against him?
That's the way it goes, right? That's the way it goes. Will I what?
Have you reviewed the case against him?
No, I haven't. But I just think he's a bad person. Okay, anybody else?
I just love Trump because you guys know as much we cover Trump and as much as you guys watch, you can read Trump's eyes and know exactly what he's saying. And he's taking the high road right there. He's just a bad guy. He's just a bad guy. Inside, he's like, he wants to put my hat on. FAFO. FAFO. And it's not retribution. If we do not clean up the bad acts of the last 8-10 years, they're going to continue. We will not have a country. If people did, like Hillary Clinton, even Trump said it. He could have went after her in the first term if he wanted retribution. But he said, what would that look like to our country? He wanted peace. He thought he could bring the country back together. Hillary Clinton could have done multiple years for what she did. And he's like, nah, he took the high road. He was like, I'm sure he regrets it now after what he's learned and what Democrats have done. The FBI put out this statement. It says the FBI's investigation revealed that John Bolton allegedly transmitted top secret information using personal online accounts and retained said documents in his house in direct violation of federal law. The case was based on meticulous work from dedicated career professionals at the FBI who followed the facts without fear or favor. Weaponization of justice will not be tolerated, and this FBI will stop at nothing to bring justice to anyone who threatens our national security. That was from FBI Director Kash Patel. I can't wait for the fallout. I mean, I wish I had 2 shows tomorrow. Again, we have a raffle going on if you guys want to enter. Thank you, Renee and Old Uncle Bill, for entering the raffle. And I believe Sansia, you guys entered the raffle for one of these. We're going to do the raffle tomorrow morning. You're not going to have much time in the morning show because we're only doing 1 show tomorrow. And we got a lot going on. We're trying to get all caught up. Today I went, thought I could do the 15-minute oil change. And it turned into like 50 minutes. And I'm like, I got to go. We're trying to get everything taken care of here after traveling. But this is the raffle. You either get either one of these Charlie Kirk Freedom hats. They have the American flag and Charlie Kirk embroidered on the side. So you will get one. You choose black or white. If you guys want to get in, we are 100% viewer funded. It helps us pay the bills, travel, do everything we do. And be your eyes and ears on the ground. If you guys want to jump into that raffle, every $10 donation gets you 1 entry. If you do $20, that's 2 entries. $30, that's 3 entries. And we appreciate your support. You can do Venmo at Oreo Josh, Cash App, $ Oreo Army, and GiveSendGo.com/Oreo 2024. As well as if you do mobile or online banking and want to do a Zelle transfer from your banking app or online, our Zelle address, it's on our website, but the Zelle address is Pure Patriot, that's P-U-R-E, Patriot 559 at yahoo.com. And you could transfer that. We'll get the instant transfer and we'll add you to the raffle for tomorrow morning. All those links are on our website, theoreoexpress.com, and we want to say thank you to everybody who enters. Again, awesome freedom hat. We have freedom shirts, and we wore freedom shirts. Yes, Kaylee's in. Kaylee 777. There's something about those numbers, right, guys? Where'd we go? Oh, we went to Target last night. We needed to pick up some dog food on the way back from soccer practice, and I had the freedom shirt on, and people just absolutely love it. These 2 younger girls, probably 21 to 24. I really love your shirt. Just sweet young girls. And I am so thankful for the younger generation waking up and having something like Turning Point. Just crazy. Old Uncle Bill says, I voted for all this, didn't you? Like, I'm telling you. And I've told you guys before, Fridays are supposed to be dead news days. The reason why we originally did 1 show on Friday, and the reason why is we want the shows to be quality. We want to feel like we're giving you some information. And on Fridays, there really wasn't a second show that we could put out there. And then we had to go to 2 shows on Friday. And I just know if today was this big, Maybe I will do a drive-in chat tomorrow while we're on the road. Again, tomorrow is Rachel's birthday. Happy birthday to Rachel. I tell you, she doesn't want to vacuum, guys. I was like, you want to vacuum? You know, just joking. Me and Caden got to go shopping tonight, I think, for Rachel's birthday present. But Saint fan, I'll take either color. Saint fan's in as well. So we do have that, but we're going to be heading the 2.5 hour drive. We're going up with Roberto. I almost used his American name and not his illegal name. Roberto and Haha up to Pismo area, which is 2.5 hours away. And they got a clam festival. So we're going to get clam chowder. We love clam chowder, and it's perfect weather for clam chowder. It is just beautiful weather right here in California right now. After the rain, it cooled everything off. We got the fresh air. And again, happy birthday to her. I'm sure I'll be saying that in the morning to all you guys. But I'm thankful, guys, that I'm able to. I've traveled for months at a time. She's here to hold down the fort. She's here to support me through times where we can't pay bills, to how are we going to get Caden in soccer. She is a patriot for allowing me to do this and understand the importance behind what we do. So big shout out to her. Check this out. So we covered Bill O'Reilly saying he was going to investigate the homeless industrial complex in California. Chevy, more actual justice, please. Perp walks all day, every day. Chevy's in the raffle is too. That's what I want to see. I want to see mugshots. We were actually, and this is what I mean, we've tried to cover everything we could. We were in Fulton County, Georgia, when Trump had to take his mugshot. You remember that? And at first, we heard there was a mugshot, and we didn't believe it. And then I seen the mugshot. Remember, I think we were live, and people are showing around this mugshot. I was like, no, that's not a mugshot. That was a staged photo. Trump just hit it out of the park. It's now outside in the White House, right outside the Oval Office. And we need some of those. We'll see what John Bolton's look like. Now, I didn't cover this, but it is suspected, MSNBC is suspecting that he will turn himself in tomorrow. So, just absolutely incredible. Perp walks. I like that. So we talked about the industrial homeless complex, the NGOs, all these people that get rich. And I want you to listen to Bill O'Reilly. They started an investigation 6 months ago when Trump appointed him. Take a listen to this.
Of where billions of California tax dollars ended up. California has spent more than $24 billion over the last 5 years with little to no progress in solving our homelessness epidemic. California state officials failed to provide meaningful oversight over the individuals who received most of these funds, and they had little to no answers to the public's demand for accountability. Well, that accountability starts today. Today, we are announcing significant developments into our investigation. We're making public 2 criminal cases relating to 2 separate real estate developers who were involved in misappropriating millions of state funds intended to combat homelessness. This morning, federal agents arrested Cody Holmes, a 31-year-old Beverly Hills resident and the former CFO of Shangri-La Industries, a downtown LA-based developer of affordable housing, for defrauding the Home Key program that is administered by the state of California. The program awarded grant money, which included federal tax dollars, for specific projects to convert motels into housing for the homeless and to operate the units. By April of 2022, Shangri-La Industries, where Holmes was the CFO, had co-applied with multiple California cities to convert numerous properties in California, including a location in Thousand Oaks. The state asked for proof that the company had the financial capacity to build all the projects. In response, Holmes and Shangri-La knowingly submitted fake bank statements which claimed to show that developer had about $160 million on deposit. Not only were the bank statements fake, our investigation shows that Shangri-La and its affiliates had nowhere near the amount of money they claimed they had in the fake bank statements.
This is pretty epic. We're finally investigating it, and this is going to lead to more. We've talked about this for a long time. It doesn't matter what city you're in, Fresno, LA, Oakland. Again, the homeless industrial complex in California and many other states is just like the open borders program, where those NGOs got rich. They got to pay themselves $1 million, where it was Catholic Charities, highest. They had their little group, and then they would get volunteers underneath them, and all the work would be done. And all they wanted to do was take more and more of your tax dollars, federal grants. That's exactly what this is. What do you say? $24 million. The state agency paid $26 million for a fraudulent project that the developer did not complete construction. He says $2.2 million was diverted to pay the person's American Express credit card. There's a special place. I won't say a special place in hell right now, because these people, they could wake up. Jail will do that to people. Find what a bad person they was and how they stole all the American taxpayers' dollars to enrich themselves. Greed is not good. But I could see this being 20, 30 years in prison. They're not just throwing stuff and hoping something sticks. This was incredible. This is what we've been waiting for in the state of California. Gavin Newsom is involved. He will be tied to some of this. Will he ever get the perp walk? I doubt it. But these are all buddies. Just like during COVID, when you were masked and you were made to stay home, and Gavin Newsom's out dining at nice wineries and with buddies and lobbyists. I think the dominoes, at least with the homeless industrial complex, is about to fall. This was the start. This was the first domino. We've been waiting for this. I don't know how, well, I do know. It's kind of interesting because some other arrests were made. We even got a BLM leader arrested today, guys. We're going to go through some crazy stuff today. Like, I don't know what's going on. Today is Thursday, October 16th, and we're getting, well, I wouldn't say justice yet, but we're getting the prelude to justice. 13 Los Angeles County employees have been charged with felony grand theft. It says for allegedly stealing more than $437,000 in state unemployment benefits during the COVID-19 pandemic. Take a look at this. We're going to pull up this one. I hadn't, hopefully. There we go. Says the Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office have charged 13 county employees from 7 different departments with felony grand theft for allegedly stealing a total of $437,000, almost $500,000 in state unemployment benefits between 2020 and 2023. Each of the employees, this is what sucks, face a maximum of 3 years in state prison if convicted, officials said. The defendants were charged with 1 felony count of grand theft and 1 lesser, including a misdemeanor offense. Says, according to the Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office, the employees submitted fraudulent claims to the California Employment Development Department while continuing to collect their county salaries. The claims allegedly include false statements under penalty of perjury that they earn less than $600 a week, when in fact they were paid more and were therefore ineligible for unemployment benefits. Los Angeles County District Attorney Nathan J. Hochman emphasized the breach of public trust. It says when a civil servant steals from the government, that trust is broken. Now, it's unfortunate, again, I don't know if there is also federal charges that could be added on, I'm thinking it'd be a good time to do that when we see the feds actually out there, when we have a federal government that's going after these traitors. And so let's just hope justice is served. I don't want these people, and I think depending on how this will work, they'll walk away with a plea agreement and not serve any time. I don't want that. I think you steal that from they had a Cush County job making good money, great benefits that none of us have, and then also collecting unemployment, guys. There was a lot of this. How about this? FBI raided Charlotte BLM activist Cedric Dean's 3 properties and an alleged multi-million-dollar Medicaid fraud scheme. It says Dean submitted inflated or false claims to Medicaid, sometimes using fake diagnoses, and paid staff and recruiters through services like Cash App. Authorities said his company billed roughly $1 million per month and operated without enough staff to actually provide care. Take a listen to this.
So we're digging deeper into that aspect of it, but all we have
now at noon, FBI officials are in a home near the Palisades as part of an investigation. Thank you for joining us. I'm Naya Hardin, but this is happening right now on Youngblood Road. WBTV investigates. David Hodges is on the scene and has been digging deeper to find out what is going on. David, what is happening right now?
Yeah, Naya, we're still trying to get information. I have spoken with one of the agents here, but right now I just want to actually show you the scene because that gives you the best idea of what's going on here on Youngblood Road. You can see most of these cars are undercover but have blue flashing lights. You see the occasional CMPD cruiser as well. But I went over and spoke with one of the agents, and this is an FBI investigation. I've confirmed from an FBI spokesperson that this is a court-authorized investigation, but that is about all the information they're giving right now. Like I said, we got here at about 11:30, so we've been on scene for 30 minutes. This is about the amount of cars that have been here. You can see that the driveway is blocked by one of these undercover cars with blue flashing lights. What I've been doing since we arrived, and even before that a little bit, is actually digging into who owns this home, which is somebody that we have reported on some in the past. His name is Cedric Dean, a community activist, and runs services for the homeless and some of the population who are underserved in Mecklenburg County. So we're digging deeper into that aspect of it. But all we have right now from the FBI, again, is that this is a court-authorized investigation. I'll be digging deeper into.
You notice, what do you have there again? Not just medical. They said homeless, the homeless industrial complex. These people, these homeless advocates, we have them in Fresno. We've covered them before. And again, they need homelessness to keep going on their grift. It's a real grift. And it's just crazy what we have seen when we found the homeless union in Sacramento. Remember, I think we broke that story like 3 years ago, how they were all tied to Antifa. Just absolutely epic stuff that's going on. Let me see if I can pull up something else on this one. This is funny, just to let you know how these people work and how they, same thing in Fresno in California. This is Uptown resident says, thank you, Councilwoman Tijuana Brown, for allowing me to participate in the honoring of Cedric Dean and recognizing his service and sacrifice to our community. That was literally 5 hours ago that was posted. Feds are raiding well-known community activist Cedric Dean's home right now. Outside his home, I want to show you this. This is what the rocks outside his home. They don't say 8647. That one says thug. And this one says Black Lives Matter. Now, again, they didn't raid one home. Yeah, I understand he was probably oppressed as a black man, but they raided all 3 of his homes. Let's see. This one says Cedric Dean spent 28 years in prison on 2 felony charges. He was also invited to the State of the Union address. He was, oh, hold on. Yeah. Huh? Oh, Caden's playing with Rachel's phone. He was invited there by U.S. Rep. Alma Adams. Crazy. Now he's being raided for healthcare and Medicare fraud. This is pretty big. What's this one? This was from Cedric Dean was released in federal prison in that's crazy. 2017, and you got your grift with 3 homes in 7 years. According to public records. This one sounds interesting. It says Cedric Dean was released from federal prison in 2017 and finished probation in 2018. According to public records from the North Carolina Division of Employment Security Commission, Dean's total income during this entire period was $167,743,000. But in late 2024 and early 2025, something changed per the feds. Cedric Dean Holdings started paying Dean $10,000 a week. It says feds say Cedric Dean Holdings and others engaged in massive and far-reaching fraud and then transacted in the illegal proceedings of that fraud, both to promote the fraud and to enrich themselves. Dean is one of Charlotte's most well-known community activists. He presents himself as a helper to the homeless. Feds say he took advantage of the people he claimed to be helping. Crazy. I mean, think about what we've covered today. Kind of crazy. Now, Letitia James made an appearance. She don't look so, we're going to get Trump. She don't look like that right now. Let's listen to her.
But first of all, the decision was based on the administrative procedure. I would say what she said. But first of all, the decision was based on the Administrative Procedure Act, an arbitrary and capricious act by this agency, an unlawful act. And so too is the indictment. It's baseless. It's nothing more than retribution. Retribution for basically doing my job. For doing my job following a 2-year investigation and a congressional hearing. It wasn't political. It was based on facts and the application of the evidence. And the judgment was sustained. The amount of the disgorgement was what was dismissed. But the judgment remains. And so at this point in time, we will vigorously defend those charges, those baseless charges. My arraignment, as you know, is next Friday. I visit Norfolk quite frequently. My family is in Norfolk. I love my family, and I will defend these charges, and I want everyone to know that it is completely baseless, and I am totally innocent. Thank you.
Man, she looks defeated. We've covered that. We've covered her a lot. Big Tish, and not so big anymore. I think she sees the writing on the walls. Now, we're not going to go through, we've covered time and time again. Her whole campaign was, we're going to get Trump any way possible, by any means necessary. We're going to get Trump. And it looks like what she got Trump for, inflating his assets, she's been doing a lot of mortgage fraud. There's even rumors going around, and I don't even know if they're rumors. They're probably true, but one of the people living in one of the homes that she said would be her primary residence was one of her family members who's on the run from law enforcement. Wild, guys. Are we seeing like a little shift today? I mean, I'll be honest, we could see this every day for the rest of Trump's term, and we still wouldn't have all the bad people. We still wouldn't, and I think you guys know that. How about this? FBI Director Kash Patel. Man, first time ever the FBI arrested Antifa-aligned anarchist, violent extremist, and terrorism charges have been brought for the 4th of July Prairieland ICE attack in Texas. Under President Trump's new authorities, we've made 20 plus arrests. No one gets to harm law enforcement, not on my watch. And he is sharing a DOJ brings first Antifa-related terrorism charges in Texas ICE attacks. We got more on this. I think the next one is AG Pam Bondi says, as POTUS has made clear, Antifa is a left-wing terrorist organization, and they will be prosecuted as much. And this says, first on Fox, DOJ brings first Antifa-related terrorism charges in Texas ICE attack. That's, we need a whole lot more. We need a whole lot more of this. This was 2 individuals were involved in the attack on ICE agents in Alvarado, Texas. It was Zachary Evitz and Cameron Arnold were indicted by a federal grand jury and charged with providing material support for terrorism, attempting to murder federal and assisting officers, discharging a firearm during the attempted murders. Take a look at these. I'm sure one of them has to be, I think you'll know when you look at the pictures. And there's more to come. There's more to come, guys. Antifa doesn't exist. Yeah, you're absolutely right. So we won't have to worry about these people. I think this is a big step in the right direction. It says this was some of the filings, so you guys will go through some of this really quick. It says late at night on the 4th of July, 2025, a North Texas Antifa cell of at least 11 operatives, clad in black and donning masks, some of whom were wearing body armor and carrying firearms, attacked the Prairieland Detention Center in Alvarado, Texas. The U.S. Department of Homeland Security was using Prairieland to house illegal aliens awaiting deportation. Members of the Antifa cell began shooting fireworks towards the facility and vandalizing vehicles and a guard shed. Alarmed at the presence of people near the facility late at night, DHS correctional officers inside the facility went outside to investigate. Other DHS personnel called local police for assistance. Within minutes, an officer from the Alvarado Police Department arrived on scene, stepped out of his cruiser, and began issuing commands to the black-clad figures running towards another black-clad figure holding a rifle. There's going to be so much of this if we can just continue to support the current administration. They are on the path of everything we voted for. We need to clean this up. We need to send a message to those others that for years, even under the last Trump administration, has gotten away with these violent riots, the attacks on law enforcement, the attacks on conservatives. And speaking of that, old Uncle Bill gifted a subscription to the Oreo Express. Thank you, old Uncle Bill. Tonight, I'm not 100% positive, but there could be a very spicy live stream coming your way. And it will not be on all the platforms. We won't be able to do this one on YouTube because of some of the things that will be going on. So if you haven't followed us on Rumble, make sure you head over to Rumble, Oreo Express on Rumble. We should be on Twitch and Kick. So there's something going on, and I'll tell you a little bit more at the end of the show. And if I can find time to get down there, which I'm trying to do right now, we might go down there and cover it as the leftist radicals protest something here in Fresno. So make sure you are always following on Rumble, guys. How about this one? Just in, leftist woman arrested for threatening to assassinate federal immigration agents in Massachusetts. Bethany Terrell stated, Charlie Kirk died and we love it. We're coming for you. We're going to kill you, to the faces of federal agents in Massachusetts. It was captured on video. This is the person here. This person is now being charged as well. Yeah. Kind of expected it to look like that. There was another one here. Let's see. I think covering the same story. Breaking anti-ICE activist Bethany Abigail Terrell arrested in Massachusetts after allegedly threatening to kill federal agents as they were apprehending illegal aliens outside the courthouse. She also reportedly tried to interfere with ICE operations. And here is that right here. This is the memo from DHS. And so 37 years old and probably facing 5 years, 3 to 5 years in federal prison. Crazy. What else do we got? So today we talked about it. We're going to show you a flyer just to give you an idea what the No Kings protest is truly about. This weekend, Saturday, is the No Kings protest. They're going to be all over the country, and there is 2 protests where we are going to be at. So I think Rachel might make me go to work so I can afford dinner that night. So we might bring you an hour or 2 of the No Kings protest near the coast this Saturday. It's not guaranteed. It all depends on what our plans is and what we're doing. But I would like to bring you at least a little coverage of that. And Greg Abbott, governor of Texas, put this: today, I directed the Department of Public Safety and National Guards to surge forces in Austin ahead of an Antifa-linked protest. Texas will not tolerate chaos. Anyone destroying property or committing acts of violence will be swiftly arrested. Law and order will be enforced. That's the kind of, I'm not a big fan of Greg Abbott. I think you guys know that. Trump's first administration, he could have partnered up with Trump a lot more to secure that border, and he waited until later on, even under the Biden administration, to start doing things. And not that you can't change as a governor, but it's frustrating to me because we have to take these moments. Like right now, when you see the feds doing stuff, we have to take these moments and run with them so we can get career criminals, bad people, domestic terrorists off the street. And with that being said, these are a lot of times, not everywhere, but in some of these bigger cities, Antifa does latch onto these protests. Some of the NGOs and the groups are working with Antifa. But listen to this. Hillary Clinton today is encouraging you. In 2 days, be a part of the largest peaceful protest in modern American history. Join the No Kings this Saturday, an event near you, to push back on Trump's power grabs and make it clear we don't do monarchs here. That's the nokings.org website she shared. Now, let me just show you one of the flyers. This is No Kings New York City flyer. Let me see if I can put it up here where you guys, let me see, right here. Okay. I'm going to move it around a little. So as you guys can see, this is October 18th at 11 a.m., 47th and 7th. Father Duffy Square, they're asking you to wear yellow. Let's look at some of these groups that have been part of the fire bombings, the Molotov cocktails at Tesla dealerships, the major assaults on not only federal officers, but also patriots or regular American citizens. You have, of course, the Democrat Socialist of America there. The Climate Defenders, Freedom Socialist Party. How about this one? You see that on the left right here? See where my mouse is? Communist Party USA. That's right, folks. That's the Communist Party USA. This is their flyer. I didn't make this up. You can find it online at nokingsnewyorkcity.com. See who else is in here. Obviously, the 50, I call them the 5150 group because they are all nuts. The ACLU of New York, SEIU, L Union, We Will Win. Let's see, all these that we've covered when it's come to violent protest in the past are going to be out in New York City. Was HRC in there? I didn't see HRC. I'm surprised the Human Rights Campaign wasn't involved in this as well. But oh yeah, here's another one I didn't show you. Right here, where my mouse is, I can't zoom in anymore. That's the Young Communist League, the YCL, right there in New York. So it's really hard to be a Democrat and defend these protests, right? Unless you're openly admitting that your party is pushing communism. And some of them are openly admitting that in a sense. You have Mamdani, which in New York, these people that will be at this protest will all support Mamdani. Some people are going to be coming in. There will be outside people being in there. And again, we're hoping to give you maybe an hour of coverage, maybe while everybody's eating lunch. I can sneak over to the one that's pretty close to where we'll be. But think about that. They don't know what they're protesting. We've been to some of these protests, just like the Tesla protest. Let me pull up nokings.org really quick and see what their list of demands or whatever is. So right now, this is what it says. No thrones, no crowns, no kings. On October 18th, the millions of us are rising up again to show the world America has no kings and the power belongs to the people. You can see they have so many large events that will be going on. This one's not even in English. That one's it. I don't know where that is. They have safety, know your rights, de-escalation training on October 15th. What's next after No Kings? They have a mass call on October 21st. We should get into that call. Wonder what Tuesday. I'm at church that night. So, again, if you are in these areas, I just want you to be aware of what's going on. These people can be very violent. And I'm not even talking about the people in Black Bloc. We've had people grab our cameras. We've had elderly women. I mean, these people are insane. You remember I called her the old biddy outside Tesla, man. She had the dirtiest mouth. Like when I used to go out and drink every night with my buddies and shoot pool and act a fool. We didn't talk like that old lady did, man. Then I found her on Blue Cry. Speaking of Blue Cry, at the end of the show, let me pull up Blue Cry really quick so I could show you what they were saying about us in Portland. If it'll log in here. It might not log in on this computer. That's not what I want. We'll move on in 1 second. Let me get this up. If I don't pull it up now, I think you guys know I will forget. I don't want. Okay, that's why. They don't even have the domain Blue Sky. They have BSKY. So let's move on. Where were we? Let's see where we're at. We are at the I kind of want to see if Roberto wants to. And again, I have one king up there. Donald Trump is my president. But maybe we'll do a fun trigger one where we put out there, I love my King Trump or something, just to get a little reaction. I don't know yet. But you know what's funny is Carolyn Levitt, our press secretary, was absolutely triggering him today. Take a listen to this.
And that's proved that the Democrat Party's main constituency are made up of Hamas terrorists, illegal aliens, and violent criminals. That is who the Democrat Party is catering to, not the Trump administration and not the White House and not the Republican Party, who is standing up for law-abiding Americans, not just across the country, but around the world.
You hear that? Something we say every day is being said from the White House, folks. Take a listen.
And that proved that the Democrat Party's main constituency are made up of Hamas terrorists, illegal aliens, and violent criminals. That is who the Democrat Party is catering to, not the Trump administration and not the White House and not the Republican Party, who is standing up for law-abiding.
Oh, man, what a good day. Like this show. That's right. Christ is the only king. King of kings and Lord of lords, guys. This is just epic. This is just epic. And don't forget, guys, whatever platform you are watching on right now, there is some type of membership that you guys can do. Become a member of that chat and help us out monthly. It'll deduct monthly. There's a lot of ways that you can help us out that we appreciate. If you appreciate the shows, and you want to show some love, you can do that with Rumble Rants. Man, I can't even think right now. You got bits on Twitch. You have all these different things, and we appreciate you because when it comes to the beginning of the month, we always struggle, and we just want to say thank you to all you guys that help out and get those monthly memberships. Also, we're not on X right now. We're trying to fix the X problem with live streaming. We've been trying to do it for a while. I think it's on X's side, but even on X, you can join our membership there. If you're on YouTube, you can join our membership there, Rumble. And we just want to say thank you guys for doing that. We got like 4 subscribers over the weekend on YouTube, and we thought, wow, that's pretty big. Every little bit helps, man. And we appreciate
Americans, not just across the
now,
country.
let's keep moving on. We're at the hour mark right now. Trump in the Oval Office. Remember when Trump talked about IVF treatment, making it reasonable, affordable, I guess you could say. And I don't know, affordable is kind of a weird description because what affordable for me is it might be affordable to somebody else. But anyways, he promised he would do something with IVF treatment. It was one of his campaign promises. And the left said he'll never do it. This is just saying this so he can get elected, man. Once again, promises made, promises kept. I want you to listen to this.
The number one fertility drug used in IVF is currently 700% more expensive in the United States than the rest of the world.
Someone says the watermark is still cutting off the Zelle. I don't have Zelle on this one. This is our old watermark. It just has Venmo and GiveSendGo on there. So the one you're talking about is the one I made over the weekend, but I'll add that to this and take down the GiveSendGo because for some reason y'all don't like GiveSendGo no more. Here we go.
And you know, we're ending all of that. It's called Favored Nations, and we're ending it, and we're ending it pretty fast. Nobody thought we'd be able to do it, and we've done it. Drugs are going to come down. Drug prices are coming down 400%, 200%, 600%, numbers that nobody's ever seen before. Great for Medicare, Medicaid. The number
so
one fertility drug
I love
used.
how he says great for Medicaid, Medicare, because when these prices come down, they save, whether you have premium insurance or not, they're saving you money taxpayer-wise. We know we spend a whole heck of a lot on healthcare for people. And we're trying to make America healthy again at the same time as lowering costs. And unfortunately, the way things are going, with the dyes and the no activity and the no exercise in different generations right now, we have an epidemic. We have a problem with health in this country, and they've done some challenges for health. We challenge you guys all the time. We're at the gym. I did 90 minutes today. I got lucky. I got 90 minutes in, and it's important, even if it's just a 30-minute walk. It makes a huge difference, and we got to stick around, because the way I look at it, we're the fighters. There's not a whole lot of us that are willing to go. We're getting more and more, don't get me wrong, but there's not a lot of people out there that'll put their neck on the line. Take a listen to this. This is Libby Horn, Senior VP of U.S. Fertility and Endocrinology at EMD Serrano. Take a listen to this.
To fertility treatments.
Hold on. I'll put it up on the screen.
Today, we gather on this national stage to celebrate a historic step forward in expanding access to fertility treatments for those who need it most. Mr. President, thanks to your leadership and the tireless efforts of your team, this is a momentous day for Americans who struggle but remain hopeful to build their families. Infertility is on the rise in our country. 1 in 8 couples face infertility. This isn't just a number, it's real lives, dreams, and aspirations of hardworking Americans. The teacher who goes to school each day, surrounded by children, but aching for children of her own. The firefighter who puts his life on the line, but can't create the life he wants at home. The consequences of these challenges can take significant tolls. Some of you watching today have given up or are frustrated because access to IVF treatments has been out of reach. That's why expanding access to IVF has been an issue of great importance to the president. He made this clear in his executive order declaring the administration's goal of supporting American families by enabling access and eliminating barriers to IVF. Today, EMD Serrano is proud to help President Trump deliver on his promise to you.
Amen.
Thanks to the president's leadership, EMD Serrano has worked alongside distributors and other partners to help more families have access to services and innovations that are consistent with other countries. Through our partnership with the administration, we are proud to announce that Americans will have access to our leading IVF therapies for an 84% discount off list prices. That's amazing. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you. Thank you for making this possible.
Fantastic.
For more than 40 years, EMD Serrano has been a global leader in fertility. Our science was instrumental in the birth of the first IVF baby in the US, and we've helped to bring more than 6 million babies into the world since then. Our purpose is to help create, improve, and prolong life. That means discovering more medicines and bringing them to patients faster. FDA Commissioner McCary has made it a priority to ensure that Americans have access to the world's most innovative treatments as quickly as possible. To that end, EMD Serrano is filing a new IVF therapy called Pergoveris for review under the FDA Commissioner's National Priority Voucher Program. If approved, Pergoveris would combine 2 key reproductive hormones in synergy designed to mimic reproductive physiology. This therapeutic option could mean fewer injections, fewer copays, and lower self-pay cost, all of which make a real difference in the IVF patient experience. In closing, on behalf of EMD Serrano, I want to send my heartfelt thanks to President Trump.
Man, Democrats, I went back and looked at a couple videos when he campaigned on this, and they said he was a liar, that there was nothing he could do, just so much stuff, and he won't get credit for this. You won't see this on the 5. Another campaign promise? No, you won't get that. You won't get that. That's why we wanted to cover it here. So just want to, be thankful that we got all this stuff going on. I was looking at something. We're trying to buy more and more stuff for our live streams and stuff. And some of the money from this weekend, we bought some stuff. I added this right here, and I'm playing with it in the background. This is another adapter for the GoPro. So when we're chasing police calls, we can also have a dash cam version when stuff like that shooting when we caught on live last month, and also do some other stuff. So I got that in the mail today, and we're investing back into the Oreo army, guys. Listen to this. We're going to get into, first of all, as you guys know, national news, an illegal alien was arrested today. Ben Berquam was actually on the scene. He was a police officer. It's a felony for an illegal alien to have a possession of a gun. But listen to this right here. We see these criminals. We see Democrats saying dox ICE. We see the encouragement from the Democrat Party of all the rhetoric that has increased the assaults on federal law enforcement officers over 1,000%. I want you to listen to Don Lemon. I know it's kind of like listening to The View, but I think this is important. This is crazy because the people that are getting arrested aren't American citizens. There's no, when they say they deported American citizen, like, give me the name. Actually, Charlie Kirk got somebody on there. Give me a name of one American citizens we deported. And there isn't any. Take a listen to this. This is insane.
Brown people of all stripes, whether you're an Indian American or a Mexican American or whoever you are, go out in your place where you live and get a gun legally, get a license to carry legally. Because when you have people knocking on your door and taking you away without due process as a citizen, isn't that what the Second Amendment was written for? Go back and read what the Second Amendment says. And perhaps it will knock some sense in the heads of these people who are saying, well, it's all great. I don't believe they're doing it without due process. They're asking people for papers. They're not really beating people up. These people are doing things that are illegal. Nobody is illegal. It is a misdemeanor to cross the border.
So it's against the law. It's against the law. Nobody is illegal. You see how he did this? He's telling illegal aliens, because he said nobody is illegal, to go get firearms. This is a call to violence, folks. This is insane. Like, when I heard this, I was like, nah, I'm not even exaggerating. I checked to see if this was AI. This is real. I thought somebody was making a funny, so I had to go confirm it was real. He is asking for American citizens to arm up against our federal law enforcement. He's asking for war. And this can't be looked upon lightly, guys. It can't. It can't. We are in scary times. We just had a guy on a sniper on a roof, a mentally ill leftist, because they're all mentally ill, shoot at ICE agent and kill 2 detainees. Maybe the third one. I don't know if the third one died. Maybe it was 3, but for sure 2. And now you have Don Lemon. Why are the people calling for violence all part of this alphabet cult? Most arrests outside of the Portland ICE facility, they all identified as something as different from what they were born. Now you have Don Lemon asking for people to arm up. Go get your guns. Go get your guns, folks. I'm gonna let you listen to it again. And the unfortunate thing is, a lot of times when ICE officers are arrest, because we have the TDA, we have MS-13, Latin Kings, we have a lot of gangs in this country, and when they arrest an illegal, they already have a gun. They have already been doing crimes with their gun. But listen to this.
Black people, brown people of all stripes, whether you're an Indian American or a Mexican American or whoever you are, go out in your place where you live and get a gun legally, get a license to carry legally.
They can't get a license to carry legally. This is But listen to him.
Because when you have people knocking on your door and taking you away without due process.
So that's not happening either. Do you see the fear porn? Do you see how they are dividing this country? They are scaring people.
As a citizen, isn't that what the Second Amendment was written for? Go back and read what the Second Amendment says. And perhaps it will knock some sense in the heads of these people who are saying, well, it's all great. I don't believe they're doing it without due process. They're asking people for papers. They're not really beating people up. These people are doing things that are illegal. Nobody is illegal.
These are the people that's trying to usher in. And I would say we're already kind of at socialism right now. When you look at how the way our tax system works, how we've already got the Affordable Care Act. I've told you guys, explained to you how taxes work before. You can pay $800 in taxes in a year, and you have 3 kids, and you get, $4,800 back at the end of the year. It's like you didn't earn that money. Oh, well, there's a childhood tax. That's all part of socialism, believe it or not. They want to go full-fledged communism, and they're calling for violence in the meantime. How about this? Ben Bergquam, Real America's Voice, and Frontline America. This is footage from my ride with ICE yesterday. It says, as Governor Pritzker and Mayor Johnson continue their insurrection against ICE and the federal government, President real Donald Trump and his administration are not backing down. In fact, they are increasing their targeted operations to remove every illegal from the country. Take a look at this.
Yo la verdad. Pat him down. Go ahead, okay, no, okay.
Exact same name. 13083 overstay. So G1, whatever from the Philippines. Yeah. Copy
¿Qué país es usted ciudadano? Yo la mera verdad solo necesito hablar con mi abogado.
So you're not going to answer any questions without an attorney?
Yeah, okay. They've all been coached. Yeah, they've all been coached.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
¿Y tú? ¿De dónde son?
De Guatemala.
Guatemala? Okay.
But it gets better, folks. It gets better. Take a look at this right here. Breaking exclusive video only from our one and only Benito Bergquam from Real America's Voice News. ICE arrest an illegal alien serving as a local police officer in suburban Chicago. It says Hanover Park Police Department authorized an illegal alien to carry a firearm in violation of federal law. It says Chicago, while conducting targeted enforcement operations in Rolling Meadows on October 15th, ICE Chicago arrested an illegal alien from Montenegro who was recently sworn in as a police officer in the Chicago suburb of Hanover Park. Officers assigned to the Operation Midway Blitz identified Rajul Bajovic as a B2 visitor visa overstay who was required to leave the country by March 31st, 2015. He illegally overstayed his visa by more than 10 years. And it also says illegal aliens are prohibited from owning or possessing a firearm, even though Don Lemon wants them to get them. Said ICE Enforcement and Removal Operations Shield Officer Director Sam Olson. This is the second known instance in recent months of local police department hiring an illegal alien and unlawfully issuing him a firearm while on duty in violation of federal law. It's alarming how local jurisdictions continue to disregard federal law to the detriment of their communities. Take a listen.
The fact that a police department either missed or overlooked a B2 overstay, which is a federal statute, To me, that's not a good thing.
So he was a visa overstay, but even that, because non-citizens can't have a gun. So how can you be a police officer?
Correct. So, I mean, per Chicago, they have a rule from their own police department that all they require is a work authorization. Okay, that's
to be a police officer in Chicago or
that's their
in
requirement.
Illinois.
That's their requirement. That if that's the case, they still cannot ignore the fact that he was overstaying. That's a federal statute. So whether or not they came up or they missed it or whatever it is, I'm not blaming them, but it was missed, right? So we need to do something.
And we've confirmed that, so he's visa overstay.
Correct.
Wow.
Hey, good job, guys. Good job.
So this is breaking. Apparently this gentleman here is a police officer at Hanover Police Department, just outside of Chicago, is here illegally, overstayed his visa. How he got a job as a police officer. Crazy.
So how long have you been a police officer?
Since January 8th.
January of this year?
Correct. I just finished the academy.
You just finished the academy, okay. All right.
You had to get there.
Just to confirm though too, so they hired you on, you had work authorization?
Correct.
And you were able to carry a firearm?
No.
Okay.
On duty, yes. Off duty, no.
So on duty you could carry a
In
firearm,
the state of Illinois, you need a FOID and a CCW to carry a weapon off duty.
but on duty you could?
Correct.
Wow. You know, what's crazy about this is I don't know anything about him other than he says he loves America. The problem is he's not even a citizen. So he can't own a firearm legally in our country, but he's being given a firearm by the state of Illinois as a police officer in the state. And apparently they just, all you have to have is work authorization in this state. That is insane. You haven't even sworn allegiance to our country yet. And yet we're giving you a firearm. Now, this guy may be a great guy, but how many others are working in our country as police officers who aren't great guys? That's insane. That law has to change. I mean, you can't own a firearm unless you're an American citizen. But police departments are going to give you a firearm and allow you to use that in a potentially deadly force situation with citizens when you haven't even passed a citizenship test, but you're supposed to be upholding the Constitution of our country. That is insane.
And hats off to Ben Berquam, our brother. What a story. What a story. It is going national right now. We're excited for him. And yeah, just listen to this. This was Fox News talking about it.
Came out apparently as part of Operation Midway Blitz. U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, announced the arrest of Radule Bojovic, an illegal alien from Montenegro who was working as a sworn police officer with the Hanover Park Police Department. Bojovic apparently was encountered during a targeted enforcement action as part of Operation Midway Blitz. DHS reminding it's a felony for an illegal alien to possess a firearm. And this fellow apparently was working as a sworn police officer. I know you might not know much about it, but wondering if we can get an initial reaction.
No, this is the first time I'm hearing of it. I will take your facts as the facts, John, on this one. And it's unsurprising to me to hear this because we've seen various examples of this. There was a superintendent, I believe in the state of Iowa, who was here in this country illegally with a final order of removal. We've seen that New York State has been giving out licenses illegally to illegal aliens with literally, it says no name given on the driver's license. So these are the cases that happen when you had an administration administration, the Biden administration, for 4 years that completely neglected the laws of our homeland, that allowed mass invasion of tens of millions of illegal aliens, and they have been infiltrated into our communities. So this is another unfortunate example of that. And the Department of Homeland Security is doing incredible work every single day in the face of grave danger and threats, and also Democrats holding their paychecks hostage. We have federal law enforcement who are trying to keep our communities safe, and they are not being paid because of the Democrat Party, but they are doing God's work, and we are very grateful for them, and the president stands behind them 100%.
Awesome. That president is doing something. We need to get our country back in order. Brent, thank you so much for your donation, and you are entered in one time into the raffle we're going to be doing tomorrow morning. If you guys don't know, we went to the Charlie Kirk Memorial birthday celebration at the California State Capitol with our great friends, 1776 Freedom Riders, and just want to let you know, you get to choose one. We'll be doing the drawing live tomorrow morning, and you get to choose from one of those hats. And all you have to do to enter is any $10 donation. If you do $20, that's 2 entries. $30, that's 3 entries. It helps us stay funded. It helps us travel. It helps us pay the bills. And we want to say thank you for the blessings as well. If you guys want to enter, I'll give you all the details here in a few minutes. We're going to do the blue cry really quick. But there is 2 ways to enter down there on the bottom. And we'll give you all that here in a second. So let me see something. I thought it was interesting when logged out. Sign in. There we go. Oreo Express. See if it'll let me log in. It did. Oh, I got notifications. Oh, they're triggered. Let's see here. This is Blue Cry, where the far left radicals and people that don't fit into society go to, I guess, say bad things. Matt Pugh, here's my donation and entry. Thank you, Matt. Appreciate you over there on Rumble. Let me show you what I seen when I was down in, all kind of stuff is coming up now. Oh, there gotta be other stuff. Let's go latest. Maybe it was under Oreo Express. I thought it was under Josh Fulver, unless they blocked me. They blocked me. $3.19. New N. The 2 Trump individuals who yelled awful things at Robert De Niro are Oreo Express, a right-wing live streamer who wants to chase Caitlyn Jenner out of CPAC. Some of the stuff you find when you look up yourself. I thought I was going to show you the ones, but they ended up blocking me, so I got to go on my backup account. My backup account's on the other phone, my other login, so... But once again, guys, thank you for tuning into the show. Again, we'll be doing the raffle in the morning. If you guys want to get in for, we'll get every $10 donation gets you 1 entry into the Charlie Kirk Freedom hat. You get to choose one, black or white, and we'll get those shipped out to you. We cover the shipping. All you got to do is do the donations. And if your name gets picked tomorrow in the random wheel of names, so if you guys want to do it, all the donation links will be coming up on the screen right now. And again, if you're on any other platform, make sure you head over to rumble.com, or you can download the Rumble app. Look for Oreo Express and follow it, because we might have a live, and I'll tell you what it is. And I knew about this. I actually wanted to get tickets. I just didn't know if I would be in town, and Haha sent me this today that made me reminder. Adam Calhoun is coming, doing the War Tour. That's tonight. And it's going to be Hard Target, Simple Man, and Dusty Lay So Adam Calhoun will be in Fresno, and I'm pretty sure they're going to have some protesters out there. We might be able to bring you that, and if we do, make sure you're on Rumble, because it's something that we won't be able to put on all the platforms, not with the Fresno folks. They're just absolutely insane. So thank you guys. Keep a lookout, and don't forget, if you want to get in, the donation links are popping up right now. Have a blessed evening.
Express, where truth don't hide and we don't second guess. Unapologetic, we're bold and we're loud, shining light on the left shady crowd. Oreo Express, rolling down the track, exposing the lies, ain't no turning back. Conservative fire, we're speaking the truth. At Oreo Express, this one's for you. So grab your boots, let's take a stand for freedom, faith, and the heart of this land. Oreo Express, let's roll, let's go. So grab your boots, let's take a stand for freedom, faith, and the heart of this land. Oreo Express, let's roll.